Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the channel. Hey, I was wondering, is the Toyota Tacoma still the #1 selling midsize truck? You know, there's been a lot of new entries in the market recently, the Gladiator, the Ranger, the not-so-old Colorado. So is the Toyota Tacoma still #1? So I went out, did a little bit of research, looked up all the numbers, at least through October of 2019, to see if indeed the Toyota Tacoma is still the #1 selling truck. Let's find out. Okay, as I mentioned, I went out and I searched the web to come up with all these numbers to see if indeed the Toyota Tacoma is the #1 selling truck still in the market, in the mid-size truck market. Now, we're gonna start, and again, these numbers go through October 2019, so obviously they're gonna be updated for the last quarter of the year. But we're going to start with the GMC Canyon, one that often I forget about, to be quite honest. 2019 year to date for the Canyon is 26,300 units sold, and that's up actually 4.06% compared to 2018. So GM's probably pretty happy with the Canyon. It's doing pretty good. It has an increase, right? Next up is the Nissan Frontier. Honestly, another one of the mix that I don't think about too often. Nissan, for 2019 year to date, sold 54,686 trucks. Now that's actually down 8.2% compared to 2018. Next up, the Chevy Colorado. You know, they've been in the market now for a little while. Even have a diesel version. They are actually #2 in the numbers, but for 2019 year to date, they have sold 96,820 trucks. Now, disturbingly for them maybe a little bit, that's actually down 7.65% compared to 2018. What's going wrong? I don't know. Maybe it's the new entries into the market, or maybe they've just satisfied all of the early demand out there for the truck. You know, they've caught up and things are kind of leveling off, actually going down a little bit. Now, how about the Jeep Gladiator, right? The newest entry, or one of the newest entries into the category, I guess. For 2019, again, year to date, they've sold 23,384. Not so good. There's no info for 2018, obviously, as it wasn't available. Of note, the Gladiator is the lowest or least selling truck of the midsize market so far. Next up, and this is actually #3 as far as rankings go in the midsize market, and that's the Ford Ranger. The 2019 year-to-date numbers for the Ford Ranger, not too bad. 56,512 units sold. Again, no info for 2018 because they jumped out of the market a while back and didn't have a Ranger in 2018. Now, who's #1? Well, we all know, I think, who #1 is, right? They're the only ones, other than Nissan, I guess, that kind of stuck around in the market. But the Toyota Tacoma is #1. The Toyota Tacoma's numbers for 2019 year to date, 187,622 trucks sold. That's up 2.02% compared to 2018. Now, would it have been higher had these other trucks not jumped into the market? I think you probably could argue that some of them have probably taken a bit of a bite out of the Tacoma. I mean, I'm sure there's some people who have bought the Jeep Gladiator or maybe the Ford Ranger that otherwise might have purchased the Toyota Tacoma. So while they're still positive, kind of hard to judge just how much higher they could have been. Now, on a percentage share basis, so this is each manufacturer's percentage of the market for the top, or the few 3 or 4 I've mentioned here. The Toyota Tacoma owns 40% of the whole market, of the mid-sized truck market. The Colorado comes in at 19, the Ranger at 16, and of note, the Gladiator has 10% of the mid-size market. Now, some of you might be wondering, well, where's the Honda Ridgeline? Or maybe none of you are wondering where the Honda Ridgeline is, but it did come up in the numbers, not as a mid-size truck though. It's kind of looked at as straddling the mid-size / full-size market. But I thought for kicks, we'd take a quick look. The Honda Ridgeline sold 23,633 trucks for 2019, or other words, year-to-date 2019 through October. They're actually up 3.64%. For what it's worth, I know it's a Honda Ridgeline, and a lot of you guys are going to say, it's not a truck, it's an SUV with a bed. Well, some might say that about the Gladiator. I don't know. It was an SUV, and now it has a bed. I don't know. Not really a fair comparison, but for kicks. All right, so the Toyota Tacoma is selling almost twice as many trucks as the nearest competitor, and that, of course, is the Colorado. As I mentioned, Colorado sales are down, so it's going to be interesting to see, and this is compared to 2018, but it's going to be interesting to see if the Colorado continues to go on its downslide or if they actually turn it around a little bit. They are the number 2 selling mid-size truck at the moment. Now, I will mention it was rumored that there's going to be some kind of redesign or something like that in the Colorado for 2021. What I'm seeing out there is actually some kind of mid-model, like they like to do. Mid-model refresh, so they'll add a few bits and pieces and options, really. That's probably about it. Maybe some cosmetic stuff. But the big redesign for the Colorado is rumored to be in 2023. So we'll see if the numbers continue to slip or if they're dissatisfied with where they're at. Maybe they'll jump on the truck and go ahead and move that redesign up a little earlier to try to gain some of that market share back and maybe compete a little better with the Tacoma. We shall see. Now, we all know that there's going to be a redesigned Tacoma coming soon. Best guess for that, from what I've seen, various articles and things out there, is somewhere in the 23 to 25, that's 2023 to 2025 timeframe. Now, I do have a source at Toyota that I've been talking to, and he has told me that as soon as they're done with this Tundra redesign, they're going to move over to the Tacoma. It's next on the list. Of course, why wouldn't it be? There's only really 2 trucks. I suppose you could maybe stretch and consider the 4Runner a truck. I don't know, but not really. So as soon as they're done and this new Tundra is perfected and released, they're going to shift focus to the to the Tacoma. Now, he also told me that typically the cycle for redesign for any truck within the Toyota name badge is 3 years or so. So if that's true and the new Tundra comes out, I'm thinking 2021, 2022, we're going to see a new redesigned Tacoma probably 2024 or 2025, as I had mentioned before. Again, everything is subject to the market. I mean, I think given, hopefully, the Tacoma's position in the market, if they start to see a slide or they start to see inroads made by the Colorado or maybe the Ranger, I doubt it's going to be the Gladiator, then of course I would suspect they'll move that timetable up a little bit. But for now, the Toyota Tacoma still has a firm grip on the market. They're still number 1. Like I said, they're outselling the number 2 truck by almost twice as many. So I don't think they really have anything to worry about. And they're also showing positive growth, at least over 2018. What I think is going to be really interesting to see is how does this mid-model refresh go, if you will. The 2020 Tacoma, which I have on order, how is that going to fare against the other trucks out there once it has a time to settle into the market? We'll see. We'll see when the numbers come out in 2020, I guess, probably about this time next year. Anyway, leave a comment down below. Let me know, are you guys surprised at this at all? Did you think that maybe the Tacoma had lost its stranglehold on the market a little bit? Nah, I'm not surprised, not at all. Anyway, appreciate you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time on the web. Have a great day. Bye.